Podcasts.
Give me some glistening abs, please.
Of course, I'll be the one doing the intro because I am the host with the most, and that is my
That's
official
fine.
title from here on now. Okay,
Just
so should we
realize
start?
if we have an internet career, it's gonna have to stay that way because continuity.
If there's ever a documentary about us, they'll say this is where it started.
This is where it started, where
Yeah.
Rory got his mic. Apparently, he's not that good at mic, but whatever.
You're not that good at mic.
Hey, my brother said it.
My brother said it was bad. It's true.
It's kind of true. Oh.
Alright, so I'll do the intro now.
And then we're like,
Alright.
oh yeah, alright, we're recording? Oh, okay then, great.
Alright, this is the Random Guys podcast. I'm Finn, your host, and this is also Rory. He's a person.
That was very quick, and you got the fucking name wrong.
What? No, I didn't.
You said Random Guys.
What was it? Oh, fuck. Shit. Fuck.
Actually, keep this. This is alright.
I'm sure there's a... Well...
No, this is...
Alright.
No, let's just keep... Yeah, let's go. Let's start.
Alright, fuck it.
I'm Rory.
Alright, fuck it. We're rolling. Alright, say words, Rory. So the people know who you are.
I'm Rory. Fenton couldn't find anyone else to do this with him. And
That's
I had
true.
nothing else to do. So
This is the
here I
literal
am.
definition of the bottom of the barrel. This is it. Right here. So we already know that we're on the internet. Or we're going to be. And people will be listening to us. But I thought, Rory,
that's
that
optimistic.
people might obviously they've heard of us before, right? Because we're the most famous guys out there.
Yes.
But some...
Obviously, we think this based on what we chose the title for this. Just
Yeah,
what the viewer would see.
we are the
That
Random
people
Guys.
wouldn't- Random Nobodies!
Random Nobodies.
How did
I
you
thought
do this twice?
I thought you said roll with it. I thought we were changing
No.
the title there and then. Alright, we're the Random
No.
Nobodies.
You got the title wrong twice.
No, the first time I got it wrong. The second time I thought we were rolling with it. Anyway, we are the Random
I
Nobodies.
was rolling with the intro.
We are the Random Nobodies, obviously, so people might not know who we are. So to counter
Might.
that, I've prepared a couple of, let's just say, creative questions that I'm going to pose to you now, Rory, just so people can get a little insight on your personality. And I feel like they should make for interesting answers. So, the first, I've saved the best one for last, by the way. I can't wait to hear your last answer. But the first one you've already heard before, but I just want to... I forgot your answer. That just shows you how much I listen to you on a daily basis. So I just want to see what your answer is again. If an erection made a sound, what sound would you choose?
Huh. That's a very interesting question there, Fenton. I would probably go with the bois sound from Inception.
That was
Just
it.
it would freak someone out, you know.
I feel like
It'd feel like it would be a plot twist of some sort.
I just imagine you stand in the street, like there's an attractive looking lady on the other side. Maybe your eyes meet. You get a little bit nervous. Boom! And then people don't even realise what's happened. And
It's an icebreaker. Just it's unlikely that people don't know what this sound effect is, but like, probably let's take the time in post production to just add the sound effect right about. See, that's the bit. Hopefully that's there.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
Just like I'm making you do more work right now. Just saying.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You piece of shit.
It's not like you had a life anyway.
I'm going to move on to the next question, but before I do, I just want to point out that my sound would be the Metal Gear Solid alert sound, which is probably the most... probably one of the most iconic sounds. Yeah, the most iconic sound in all video games. It's like the whip, and then when the guard catches you. And
this is what it sounds like now.
We're so professional.
Yep.
I feel like, that would be most appropriate, because like, when you're playing Metal Gear Solid and that sound plays, you know you've been caught out. And if an erection made a sound, you're going to be caught out on a daily basis. At least me. I don't know.
It shows you're alarmed. Just, yeah. But,
Right.
like, you know what's the thing is that just dawned on me right now? If, in the unlikely scenario that this podcast spreads across the years, becomes popular, gets up with the big leagues, we'll know that the first topic we ever discussed was that.
Yeah. This is like
Perfect.
the stuff that legendary podcasts are made out of.
I'll remember this when I eventually recast you with a more, like, interesting person to talk with. Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Morgan Freeman.
For some reason, he'll like wear a wig that's my hair color just to pretend to be like me. He'll never be me.
Well, that'd be strange. Mainly because people don't know what color your hair is or what it looks like. It's a dirty blonde for everyone.
I imagine in that scenario you would pick like an actor who's like going through some rough times, maybe had some like substance abuse issues and is now recovering. I don't know why.
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah. He's doing...
He is blonde, and he's a skinny
he's doing
individual.
well. He's in an advertisement with meerkats.
Yeah, I mean, once you get to the top, where can you go?
Yeah, I know, right? So the second question...
Moving on!
Alright, second question. You've watched Inside Out, right? I would say you're an avid fan of a lot of Disney movies, Disney Pixar movies.
I am an avid fan of films in general, where it is Disney or post-apocalyptic.
You delve into films from time to time. So an Inside Out...
Yes, I like that word, delve. I'm intrigued.
Thank you for complimenting my use of words. So
yeah, nice.
In Inside Out, obviously there's... For anyone who hasn't seen the film, what are you doing with your life? Go watch it now.
It's a really good film. A nice picture.
It basically takes place inside a young girl's brain, and it sort of characterizes these emotions. And one of the emotions' job is organizing the memories. But there are these really important memories in every person, and they're called core memories. My question to you, Roy, is what are some of your core memories in life?
Well, the start of this question, I thought that it was going to go a whole different way. Like, what actor would
See,
play
I swerved you.
Anger or something. Yeah. To be honest, it's a less interesting question for fun.
You're a less interesting question.
A core memory, huh? Well,
yeah.
Just one.
If you have many, that'll be good.
Well, this is kind of shit because I have a terrible, terrible memory. So
that's fair. Roy does have an awful memory, short term and long term.
Yeah, I'm like Dory, except like less charming about it. More just like, for fuck's sake, Rory, it was yesterday.
On several occasions, I do have to answer some of your questions about 4 or 5 times before you stop asking me the question. And this is like within a space of days. Like,
I don't remember ever having that instance ever. I mean,
I bet you don't.
These questions are hard.
They're supposed to be hard. We're supposed to be delving, and I use delving again. God damn it! We're supposed to be diving into the innermost regions of your very soul.
There.
Shut up. That's on the spot.
Okay. One of my core memories, I just thought of it that while we were going through all that shit, was the first games console I've ever got, or at least first handheld console, because I've come from a relatively poor upbringing. I didn't really notice it that much until my older years, but I noticed that everyone in my class in primary school usually had some sort of Xbox or PlayStation 1, and I was always super jealous about that. And one day, my mother buys me a Game Boy Advance, and of course I lose my shit about it, because wow, this is
fantastic piece of equipment.
Fantastic piece of equipment. This is future. They're not going to get any better than this. Even, like, I didn't have the nerd's knowledge at that time. Like, I didn't know the backstories and the incredible story that games can have. So of course I'm happy with the game version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone as a game, which
you were
I
but
played
an
the shit
apprentice
out of.
nerd at the time.
I was a noob nerd, and I couldn't be happier. Now I'm so sad. Just Well,
Yep.
yes, I'd call that. That would be like the start of Act 1 of my feature film, where I got my first games console.
And then it all went downhill from there.
It all went downhill from there. But at least it was the start.
Cool.
I didn't say it was going to be a happy film, did I?
Fuck, I can't not use the word delve now that you've pointed out that it was a good word to use, and now I can't think of any other word.
Well, now it's terrible. Just
Alright, fuck it.
me
Whatever,
getting a
moving
Game
on.
Boy was foreshadowing for some horrible event that's going to happen in the future.
I can only think of one core memory I've had off the top of my head, and mine's is sort of along the same lines. It was also my first game console, the PlayStation 1. And one of the games
Did you
in that...
think about this beforehand, or did you just fucking steal my core memory?
No. No.
Fuck you!
But no, that's real. But one of the first games not one of the first games I ever played. This was actually way after the PS1 was relevant, because my brother owned the PlayStation 2 when it was out, and obviously me being the younger sibling, the PlayStation 1 was dumped onto me because it was no longer the game console that everyone wanted to play. It was no longer new. So I sat catching up on a pile of old PlayStation 1 games that I missed as a child. One of those games was Metal Gear Solid, the first one. I've already talked about it in this podcast, I realise that now. But,
you can tell now that you're a fan, of course.
Yeah. But there was a boss in
The
it.
seemingly... Sorry.
Go on, keep going.
The seemingly innocent intrigue of that game from your childhood had suddenly turned into a weird sexual fantasy that's just wrong.
Fantastic series of games. But in the first game...
Never played them.
They are fantastic. I wouldn't say they're aged now, because like I'm replaying all of them and they're still fantastic to this day. The control scheme's a bit weird and different to what you'd usually see nowadays, but it's still fantastic. But anyway, in the first game there's a boss called Psycho Mantis, and his whole shtick really is he's like a mind reader, and he can like do telekinesis and shit like that. And so when you're fighting him, the game sort of breaks the fourth wall a little bit. So like the boss is sort of staring at the camera. And at this time I was also, again, a young apprentice nerd. So I didn't know about many of the features that the games console could get. So I didn't know about the controller vibration function on the game.
I like where this is going.
So basically the boss like looks at the screen and tells you put down your controller, and then I'm like, okay, right, I'll do that. And then basically says, I will now move the controller using only my mind, and then the controller vibrates and it moves around the floor. That fucked with my mind as a child. I had no idea how that was happening. It was so weird.
That sounds so interesting.
It's great.
Why don't they do that today?
And then after that, they were like, still don't believe me? And then the game actually read your memory card. I don't know if like half of the people listening to this will even remember memory cards, but like they were what your game saves were on and everything. So it read your memory card and found out which games you played. So say I played like a lot of Crash Bandicoot, it'll say, you play a lot of Crash Bandicoot, I see, how interesting. And I was like, how do you know? What's wrong with you?
Wow,
it's great.
Why don't they have that like level of like mind fuckery today? That just sounds brilliant. It's probably probably like a measure of copyright laws becoming more like shit, because I don't know, like you're not allowed to say the name of this other trademark. But no, that just sounds so cool. I didn't know we could do that.
I remember my jaw hitting the ground. I was like, this game is cursed.
Sorcery. Snowed in.
But yeah, that's
wasn't a thing back then.
It was either that or playing the first Crash Bandicoot game that made me wanted to be a gamer, and that's, again, slippery slope downhill from there.
Makes it sound like it's some sort of like avid like career that's just like will last a lifetime, and it takes it takes a commitment. You can't fucking leave.
Instead of making money, it makes you lose money.
It's just a fun hobby.
Yeah.
A fun hobby, but a hobby.
It's not even a career. Get a real job. It's a lifestyle. It's a religion. It's a creed. Assassin's Creed.
It's art.
Let's not talk about that.
What? Assassin's Creed's good. Well, it was good.
Hopefully with this year's, or not this year's, obviously
next year's.
Next year's rendition will be good. But we can only hope.
The people don't know there is apparently going to be... They're skipping a year for once for Assassin's Creed to try and make it a little bit better because it's kind of dying at the minute. Yeah. And the next one is hinted to be in Egypt, which sounds a bit interesting because the last couple of games have been a little bit boring. And that's being a bit kind.
Yeah, that's generous right there. They also said they were gonna try to make the gameplay a bit more witchery, as I'm pretty sure the quote from them. I'm not sure whether that was just like a marketing tool, like Witcher was out at the time and it was getting like tons of good reviews, as it should. One of the best games of all time.
Really popular game.
Yeah, but remember those games you like? We make them.
We used to make them. Now we got this. We got a cane sword. Oh man.
I mean, like, Victorian England was a cool time. Again, they just need to take a while and focus on making it a game and not a simulation.
There was so much promise, but like, I'm still reeling over them fucking up the French Revolution because when I first found out, I thought, oh my god, the French Revolution, that sounds like it could be so fun a game to play. But
it could have been.
I ended up just not. I was so disappointed with it. Arno is just like a non-character, just awful.
We were somewhat excited about the co-op in that game because it was the first time we would be able to be playing Assassin's Creed co-op, and it was just not fun. It felt like an MMORPG, and I don't like them at all.
Yeah,
it was just weird grinding quests and then like getting armor, and it's like, all right, cool. I don't really need this armor. All right.
The rewards were not that promising.
No, they were not. So on to the third question. How
many questions are there?
There are two more. Well, actually, three more. The third one, or the last one, is a big one. I think
this is the part where people are just like, 3 more? Oh, God.
We're in for a long haul.
Let's just leave. Just,
So, Roy.
Third question.
You like TV and movies, right? We all do.
It's been stated before. Yes, I dabble from. I fucking love them. They're great. Oh, better than bread. Sliced bread, that is. I kind of fucked up the metaphor.
You completely fucked up the metaphor.
I'm a fan, yes. Move along.
Many other people are also fans of TV and movies and like to express their opinions on their favourite movies and TV shows. However, as per any media form, is the word I'm thinking of.
Medium?
Medium?
I delve into the mediums.
God damn it.
Wow.
Basically, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about different TVs and movie shows. So what is the most overrated TV show or movie that you've ever seen? No,
overrated?
Note that I didn't say worst, I said overrated.
You're saying of a film that is popular, but you don't know why.
Yeah, or a TV show.
Alright, this may spur some hate, and people may say, oh my god, Rory, how can you call yourself a film fan if you don't like this? But honestly, I'm not that big a fan of the film Fight Club.
I've never seen it. I can't say that I've seen it.
I've seen it. It's got a very big reputation as a popular film. Like, one of the best of our generation and all that. But
it's one of those movies that you constantly hear people talk about and reference.
I'm not saying it's a bad film. I mean, I've seen bad films. Just, Transformers
Thanks-killing
4.
plug here.
Transformers 4.
Thanks-killing 3, The Search for Thanks-killing 2.
No one's ever heard of those films.
Yes, they have.
Anyway, just, Fight Club wasn't a bad film, but I honestly didn't see it as a favourite film or something I would want to like watch again if I ever get drunk on like afternoon. Well, yeah, I probably missed something along the way that makes it great, and I probably should have just seen it a longer time ago, but I didn't like it that much, and a lot of people still do.
I find that with a lot of like media, like TV shows, movies, and games, there can be a difference between something that's good and something that's entertaining. And a lot of the times, like, it really depends on what you want at that exact moment. Like, I could play a game and say, alright, this game is good mechanics, it's good story, it's good gameplay, but I could also play a piece of shit game and enjoy it way more. So it might be a case of that, like, you weren't needing that type of movie at that particular time, but I don't know, again, I haven't seen it.
I don't think that's correct in this case, but I think I see along the lines of what you're talking about. Like, it could probably stories, like listening to stories or watching stories would have an influence on how you're feeling that either that day or possibly even that point in your life, because I've read somewhere that, well, the reason that we actually watch stories is, or one of the reasons we watch stories is because you can find some sort of relation in the circumstances that you see, and that's why you can like it so much. Like, you could see a character going through a struggle that you may find like some relation to, and when they overcome that struggle and they become victorious, you could be like, oh shit, oh man, that could be me. And that's why you could like subconsciously like that story. You could consider it one of your favourite films. I'm trying to think of an example, but I'm having one of those times where your mind just goes completely blank. Yeah. That's why pile of people like the MCU, because obviously it's a bunch of films showing different kinds of superheroes and stuff, and superheroes, they're heroes. They save the day, they get the girl, they stop the bad guy. People may like find just some sort of they might idolize them because of it, and that's why they could be so popular.
From that deep speech to question 4, quite the contrast. Roy, would you rather eat a pine cone or shit a pine cone?
This is real. Wow, fucking segue right there.
I'm sorry, you were doing a really deep thought there, and I thought I'm just gonna completely like do a U-turn here and go into the pine cone question.
Eat a pine cone or shit a pine cone?
Yeah.
I would say shit one, to be honest, because a pine cone, you're choosing basically between pain and taste, and I have excellent taste, so I think I could go through some like 5 minutes of excruciating pain so I don't have to taste something terrible.
Yeah, I feel like it would definitely be shit a pine cone on the basis that, right, shitting a pine cone is sore. Eating a pine cone would also be quite difficult. But
it will also taste terrible. So
if you eat the pine cone, you're also going to have to shit the pine cone anyway.
True.
Yeah, didn't think about that, did you?
Wait, yeah. But if you're shitting the pine cone, that means you also previously ate one.
Or it could have been injected into you.
How can you inject a pine cone into someone?
I don't know.
Why would anyone
it's a
do
hypothetical
that?
question.
What do they have to gain? What have I done? I must have like delved into some shit.
That's what the episode's called, by the way. Episode 1, Delved.
No. It doesn't make any sense. Well, I must have pissed off some sort of mob boss or something for them to surgically insert a pine cone into me where I have to shit it out.
It's called a pine cone
if not
ectomy.
digest it in the process. And why a pine cone though? Why not like the weird blue shit from that really bad film Lucy?
I never seen it.
Have you seen that? My God, watch films. You prick. Well, I wouldn't say it's an overrated film because I don't actually think it's that popular, but it's basically just Scarlett Johansson with a big bag of blue drugs, transport it like as a drug mule inside her stomach, and the bag bursts and she gets really fucking smart because of it for some reason.
Wait, why was it in her in the first place?
She was like kidnapped and a drug lord surgically inserted it into her stomach, where she would transport it somewhere to take it out of her again. But somewhere along the way, the bag breaks and the drugs are designed to make them use more than 10% of their brain, which is in itself is a weird concept because you'd fucking die.
Maybe if that guy took the drugs, he would have been smart enough to think of a better plan for transporting his drugs.
Yep. That. Oh, yeah.
Plot hole.
I wouldn't think that if you use 100% of your brain, you would see through time. Spoilers.
That's what would happen.
But like, yeah, you'd. Oh God. Well, why? Dead. Film over.
Alright. Fifth, or not fifth. What? Final question. This is going to be a long one, Rory, because you're going to have to... You're good at stories, I guess. I think. You alright? Please tell me you are. Alright. You're going to have to craft a bit of a story here. So, you're given an unlimited amount of spoons that will spawn at your will and will go anywhere you tell them to. How do you take over the world with the spoons?
I can levitate the spoons?
You could,
something?
Yeah.
Like they just... Well, if they're spoons and I can lift them with my mind or some shit and send them anywhere I want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, they're pieces of metal, and I can fucking... If I can manifest them out of my mind and hypothetically fire them, well, that's a flying bit of metal at your enemies.
I'm guessing you'd also build like a spoon suit of armor to go along with that.
I would build armor, yes. I would also levitate some spoon shields to deflect bullets. Can I pick the material that the spoons are made out of?
No, it's standard spoon material.
Well, at least pile them clumped together would still hold back a few things. Yeah,
Great.
Why spoons though?
Because why not spoons?
Okay, well, that's a piece of metal, and you can stack them very easily. So basically, it's just like that guy from Big Hero 6. I'm just gonna reference films as each part of my answer, of course. But no, I could just I can do some real Magneto shit with these.
I knew you would say Magneto. I knew you would do a Magneto.
Well, Magneto could do that. He
but
spoons. I'm
just imagining now Magneto only uses spoons. He's just made that decision in his life to only use spoons as weapons.
Well,
Great.
I'd be worse than Magneto because I could make metal out of thin air. And I could fire a spoon like 300 miles an hour through someone's skull and they're dead. Wait, hold on. Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
I have.
Okay, spoiler alert here.
Spoiler alert.
That scene. Thank you.
Go on.
Just remember whenever Merle from Walking Dead just got a fucking whistly arrow thing.
Yeah, Blue Merle. Yeah.
Yep, Blue Smurf Merle, and he just fucking gets a whistly arrow and just pierces everyone's brains with it just by whistling for some reason.
You would do that with the spoon. Would you also whistle?
Yes. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Take that, Trump, who will be the president at that time.
See, I feel like if I was given an unlimited amount of spoons, I would do like a Mr. Burns type deal where I would encase one of the cities and like block out the sun. And like I would hold things hostage. And like if you don't give me control of the world, I will block out the sun, and the spoons would block the sun.
That was really a terrible plan.
Why?
Because, well, they can just tear down the dish, can't they?
Right, but I have an unlimited amount of spoons now.
I hope a baby shoots you. Just hold it. What town though?
All of no, it's not a town in particular. I would just like make this giant like cylinder and like bring the spoon cylinder up in space, and it would move at my command as per the rotation of the air. Well, yeah.
Do me a favor, put it at the polar ice caps, and then you'll be the good guy.
Yeah, I did it.
Would that work?
It would stop the polar ice caps melting, but also the entire world would likely freeze. So, yeah.
Would it?
Yeah. If you don't have heat from the sun, how do you expect us to live?
Hover it over Antarctica. Hover your big ass spoon from Antarctica. Is it one big ass spoon, or is it just a pile of tiny little spoons?
No, it's tiny little spoons arranged in a way, and they also like I have different coloured spoons, and they like make an image of my face on it. So like it's like the baby sun from Teletubbies.
Your face. Oh God! No. For the record, this is a podcast, so no one does know what your face looks like. So I'm just gonna let the audience know, just real quick here. It would be fucking terrifying.
Pretty terrifying, yeah. So yeah, that was the end of the quiz. You passed with flying colours, Roy. How do you feel?
Did I?
You got an A.
I feel wrong. I feel dirty.
Well, that's a side effect of getting an A in the quiz.
That's your prize.
Self-loathing and hatred.
I just want to curl up into a little ball right now.
Fantastic.
With a spoon, probably.
Like someday,
I'm about to delve into depression, you guys.
He said it. He said the word.
That's the word of the day. So that quiz sure was something, and I consider this kind of a successful start, or possibly just fucking finish. Like, this could be it, really.
This is it. We get taken down by all the corporations, not just one, all of them. They all gang up and form an alliance just to take down this one small podcast of currently so 0 episodes. It's
so unpopular that that's why it's off. No racism or sexism or anything like that. It's just so shit. But like, I consider this a success. I mean, we're having a steady conversation about pine cones and films, but like, that's kind of successful because, full disclosure, I've never actually listened to a podcast the entire way through.
What? Dun 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 dun. That was that good.
Yeah, you're so surprised. Just
you could tell by the over-exaggerated what. So yeah, I was. Obviously, you could tell that it was me, the one who suggested making the podcast. There will be no lies
in this podcast.
We're being honest with you. We're opening our hearts to you, the viewers.
We're opening our hearts, and we're probably gonna get hurt because of it.
So obviously, you can tell that I'm the one that suggested making the podcast in the first place. Roy hadn't listened or seen one in his life before.
We stated this from the start. You didn't have anyone better to do this with.
It's true. I mean, I could have got Liam, but I think he's busy and he's actually doing stuff. So
the audience doesn't even know who Liam is.
He's a guy. He does things.
Hell, come to think of it, I think we've only stated our names like once.
Yeah.
He's Fionntan. I'm Ruairi. By the way,
you can call me Finn. I like that better. It's the guy from Star Wars.
His real name's Fionntan.
It's Finn.
Just whenever, if this does get popular, and will eventually be shipped together. It will be Rintin, of course.
Oh, there'll be fanfics. Right, let's not do that. Let's move on.
I'm more excited for the fan art. Just
podcasts.
Give me some glistening abs, please.
So,
the good thing about this podcast is people don't see our horrible faces or bodies, so it's all up into their imagination. All they get from this is 2 shitty Irish accents. We're Irish, by the way, and we'll take it from that.
If you couldn't tell, that's gonna be bad.
Please don't make us horrible stereotypes.
It'll be like Craig and Tweak from South Park.
Yeah, don't make us like leprechauns. That's not cool. We'll obviously have alcohol. That's an alright stereotype, but we're not. Alright, what's that other? We're not going to be holding potatoes. We're not ginger. We're not like guarding a pot of gold because we're very poor.
I feel like at the start you were talking about this, and then you sort of got into it and started wanting the fan art, and now you're like making demands. Like, you can only draw this.
I never once said don't do the fan art, just make it alright. And I'm not saying don't do anything, because art is subjective and you should do it however the hell you want.
Fantastic.
We say this as if we're actually going to have a big enough fan base. Or
there'll be one guy.
Fan art.
There'll be one
be one guy. Or one girl. I don't know.
You never know. We don't judge here on the Random Nobodies podcast. We take in all comers. Men, women, babies, dogs, dragons.
Lobsters.
Yeah, lobsters.
Actually, no, leave out the lobsters.
Wow,
Fuck
Trump. Trump over here building a wall for the lobsters.
What have they done for us?
A lot of things.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Lobster, the Red Lobster. It's a restaurant.
Never been there.
Neither have I. We don't have them here because we're poor.
As a sign of protest. Okay.
Right.
So, well, the good thing about this is we've kind of, after the quiz here, we've kind of talked a little bit about ourselves. We're Irish. We're poor.
You don't listen to podcasts. Hey, bringing it back. So you have never listened to a podcast. I mean, I'm sure you've listened to like 1 or 2 just like randomly, like the Og Pod you've probably watched at some point.
I have never listened to one the whole way through. I've never had the time.
Oh, you are an impatient bastard.
Oh, excuse me, mister. I never have time to watch films.
Because they're long.
So is watching a bunch of anime for like a whole day.
Yeah, but like
weekend.
I've told you this before. With films, you know you're gonna be in it for the long haul. It's like you see how long the movie lasts. It's like an hour and 40 minutes. You're like, okay, I gotta make time for an hour and 40 minutes. Well, for an episode of anime, it could be like a 20-minute episode, and you're like, right, I'll watch this for 20 minutes, and I'll go do something else. And then by the time you finish that episode, you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll watch another one, and then you go down the rabbit hole, and you never stop until you've watched all of them.
You make it sound like you stop, on purpose, like you make a conscious decision to stop watching anime for after like 2 or 3 episodes.
No, you don't.
That's not true. That's not true with any kind of medium, for me at least. You just get too tired at some point and you just collapse under the weight of your failure and misery.
It's like a bad drug.
It's a good drug. I mean, we're not hurting anybody.
So back to podcasts again. I sorry about that. But people don't care what you have to say, Roy. I always suggest that.
Well, that's kind of shit for a podcast. Just.
I always suggest at what the making of the podcast, because I do frequently listen to podcasts, unlike our co-host here, Mr.
Co-host.
Roy Wright.
That's generous.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're on a thin line.
I'm not even getting paid for this shit. The hell.
So yeah, I've always kind of thought podcasts were cool. Like I listen to it a lot, generally revolving around like video games, like stuff like the Co-optional podcast, obviously a very popular one, and the Rooster Teeth podcast. Obviously, they're always like really funny. There are a few like educational, well, not really educational, but like sort of thought-provoking ones, like Hello Internet, and I also watch stuff like, well, I say watch, listen, as I'm walking my dog or whatever. Stuff like Radio Lab.
I have nothing against podcasts. I mean, they are a good idea. Just
well, you're doing one. I hope not.
Yeah, listening to one on the train or something. Especially if it was like analyzing like something you were interested in, like Game of Thrones or something. Awesome show, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I like to watch stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
Well.
But like, yeah, with like YouTube videos or TV shows or anything like that, like I feel like you're sitting down and you're watching it and you're focusing on that. But with podcasts, because you're listening to it, you could do it while you're doing other things. Like you could be just like playing a game, like play through and just listen to a podcast or walk your dog, as I said, and just like listen to them on the way. I heard about one. Someone was listening to the Hello Internet podcast. I mentioned, fantastic podcast. You should go check it out after listening to ours, of course. One of their viewers actually listens to podcasts during poker games, and the reason he does that is because if he's listening to the podcast and he's reacting to the stuff that they're saying, that means that he's not reacting to what's going on the, what's the equivalent of a field for a poker game? The table? The table.
Table?
The table, yeah.
The game board.
So like obviously his face is like laughing at shit in the podcast or whatever, or like listening to it. So like he has a really good poker face in that way, and it's just like stuff like that, I think. And most of all, I thought podcasts are really cool to do because it's just like a conversation with a friend. Like we do that anyway, me and you.
Yeah, we do that anyway, except now we're sharing it as if it's interesting enough for other people to listen to. Hell, people could be listening to this on the train right now. Just don't get distracted, people. Your next stop's this one. Oh, you missed it.
I hope
you
guys
gotta listen to more.
I hope the viewers are having fun out there, delving into our lives in the podcast. I said it again. Delving.
I hope this doesn't become a drinking game. Just
delving.
Every time they say delve, we take a shot.
Oh god, they would die.
44 people have died of alcohol poisoning. Oh god.
But yeah, podcasts just like, it seems like a really cool thing to do. And there's also another one I forgot to mention that's a really cool one. I think you would like, because I have introduced you to John Oliver. Fantastic show called Last Week Tonight. Hilarious comedian. He does
He's a witty gentleman, yes.
He does the Less Than Frequent podcasts with other comedian Andy Zaltzman. I don't know if you've heard of him, but yeah, he does a podcast with him. It's called The Bugle. The Bugle. I recommend you check it out. They talk about like politics and shit, whatever, like comedy, whatever they'd want to talk about. It's also very funny. John Oliver, great guy. Andy Zaltzman, he's good too.
Stop promoting people.
Well, after they listen to us, obviously, we're the best ones.
Yeah. Let the little guys have something.
Yeah, I know, right? They. But yeah.
Okay. So podcasts are good. I get it. I'll listen to this one.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Only
since you're a noob to the podcast land, I definitely recommend you listen to at least one podcast before the next time we do this, just so you can like enjoy the medium.
This should be the title. Just, I've never listened to a podcast before.
Yeah.
Just add a drop of irony that just shows the theme of this wonderful, wonderful show.
I wonder will that be the hook for anyone? I just started they're delving through iTunes. Damn it! I didn't even mean to say it that time.
Oh fucking hell! I didn't even notice it until you said it.
But they'll be
I say
searching.
This has been a success, but we keep saying delve.
Keep searching through iTunes and like I imagine
keyword delve.
Random Nobodies. I'm not impressed. No, I'm not impressed. And then they see the title like, it's ironic. I wonder what these guys are up to. And then they start listening. If you're, by the way, a viewer who has done that, well done and welcome.
Well done. You went down the rabbit hole, and we're trying to make you addicted. but we kind of need to make more than one episode for that to be a thing.
Yeah, like,
you know?
the way
So
drug dealers give them a taste first, and then that's how they get hooked.
Maybe we should try and end on a cliffhanger, as many shows have done to entice the viewer. So we're gonna end this show with me stabbing Fionntan. He's not even in the same house as me right now. But I'm gonna stab him.
Even begin to stab him.
And you'll have to watch the next episode for him to you have to find out if he's okay or not.
Does Fionntan survive the tragedy? Will the super best friends find it to the next battle in time? Tune in next week.
Will Fionntan ever try to escape the friend zone? Unlikely.
Will Ruairi have the fan art he requested?
Make sure they have the abs.
Mine is sounding less like a presenter on a show like that and more like Bane from Batman. Like, all I gotta do is hold my hands over my face. It's like, find out next week on Batman the Animated Series. You can continue stabbing me now.
Just...
Is that stabbing? That sounds more like you're pounding it.
I'm pounding it.
Will Ruairi ejaculate? No.
Again, we're not even in the same room or house right now. But I'm gonna go over there, gonna go stuff in, get myself some tea, and well, there we go. That'll be the end. And you'll have to come back next time. Not gonna say when, if we ever do this again, to find out if Fionntan's alright.
Follow me on Twitter. That's how we end.
Please don't.
Alright.
Alright, lovelies. Please remember to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'll see you next week. Oh God, no.
Oh my.
Oh.
Alright, that was fun.
Coin.
That was good.
Are we done?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, this is still recording, but this is us done. We're not ending on that note.
Yeah, no. We're ending on. Follow me on Twitter.
No.
We are though.
Okay, alright, we're finishing now. Bye, everyone.
I really need Twitter followers.